everyone, it's Simmer Hills and welcome back to the last episode of Tiny Town. I can't believe it. So we're on to our last resident. It's Opal Gem. So welcome to Tiny Town, Opal Gem. She makes her money from jewellery making. She likes Victorian storybook style and her favourite colour is purple. So let's get started with Opal's journey here, and she's already made a start trying to cut some gemstones and hopefully we can make her some money. So she needs enough to be able to buy the crystal charging grid, and then when she's got that she can start hopefully making some higher value jewellery and gems, so that can really help elevate her sales prices for anything that she creates. So yeah, we've got to get her just basic amount of money just so that we can buy that, and then hopefully we can start making some decent money with Opal. I am gonna assume that her skill will be easier to make money than with Ziggy's skill, because Ziggy's has been the hardest so far. So hopefully jewellery making has got a little bit more profit in, which will mean Opal will find it easy to make money, or hopefully that will be the case. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes, and hopefully we can get Opal a nice house at the back of the tiny town. So Opal's house will be between Cypress's and Annie's, and yeah, at the minute she's just got a tent on a bit of land, but obviously the community building has got a bed, so she's got somewhere she can go and sleep indoors. Our little sheep are still wandering about pretty happy here in Tiny Town. So we've got quite a lot going on in this little place. Opal, by the way, just to pre-warn you, Opal does not like to sleep in pyjamas, so she has a tank top and pants, and that's how she's comfy. So I've let her do her thing. If that's how she's comfy and that's how she's happy, she's more than welcome to strut around Tiny Town in her pants and a vest top. She seems pretty confident to do that, so good on her. So she's having a cereal and having a little chat with a pink sheep. I'm petting her, yeah. So she's making a little bit of money, friendship with the mini sheep. I did start having a few problems here with the roommates, and this has got glitchier and glitchier. The roommates have just paid some bills, but yeah, trying to get them to stay. It's just, the more residents we have here, the more glitches I have with the roommate system, unfortunately. So they was constantly saying their needs not met, even though there's stuff there for them. And yeah, it's a real buggy system, is the roommate system, and it just seems to have got worse as I've added more people into the town. So that is why I think if we do another series, we really need to limit the amount of residents to 5, because with Ziggy and Opal moving in last, it just seems when they're trying to do something and when you're waiting for them to carry out a task, they can just stand around for like 30 in-game minutes not doing anything, and the glitches are just kind of get a bit too much when you've got 7 people in the lot and roommates, and yeah, the roommate system is glitchy anyway, but it just seems to be worse with the more people. So I don't know if anybody knows anything to kind of resolve that little issue, it'd be helpful. But if it is just one of those glitches that are part of the Sims 4, I think it's just the easiest way to deal with it is to just limit the amount of people you play with, and hopefully that will eliminate some of the glitches. But it wasn't as bad until we got to Ziggy, and then it really started taking over. The gameplay just got harder because the glitches were just, there was a lot. So yeah, it is something that I wish the team could kind of deal with, because the roommate system would be pretty cool if it worked properly, but it doesn't, because there's enough bathrooms, there's enough beds, and they're still saying their needs aren't being met. But it's more of an issue with the autonomy, I think, of the roommates not doing what they need to do. So if they need to go and have a shower, then just not doing it, even though there's showers available. Anyway, off topic. So Opal's going for a wander to try and find some gems. So to make her skill the most profitable, the best way to do it is if she can find gems. And if she can, obviously she can use that for her jewellery making. But it's a trek to try and find some gems. So apologies because the camera work is going to be a bit crazy while she's gem hunting. But it's just trying to find the spots where she's most likely to get them. So Willow Creek's a good one. Oasis Springs can be. It's not been as lucky for Opal, but sometimes it can be really lucky around the park in Oasis Springs. So Opal's just a bit sad at the moment. She's a social person, so she gets sad quite easily when she's not chatting to other Sims. Like, she needs company, and she needs to be making friends or talking to friends she already has, but she does need a lot of company. And one of her quickest ways that her mood dips is when she's not getting enough contact with other Sims. So I mean, that shouldn't really be an issue in Tiny Town because there's plenty of people in and out, but she really needs to make time to go and speak to the people who are here, because if she doesn't, she gets low really quickly. So I think one good thing with the Sims personalities that they've really worked on is to differentiate the difference between certain traits in Sims, because obviously if you've got a Sim who's quite social, it makes sense that if they're not getting that social need, then it's going to affect their mood. And I think that's definitely improved as the game's gone on, because originally you could just do, I don't know, like a skill and their mood would instantly improve. Well, that's not the same anymore. So it is good to see some improvements in the Sims personalities, definitely, as the game's kind of got further and further along. And she's just having a little chat with our favourite ghost, Annie. Annie, I really miss Annie. I really, really miss Annie, but she's still there in spirit, and she's still a friend of Opal's, even though she's a spirit now. But it's nice to still see her hanging around Tiny Town. So it's left its impression, because she's not gone anywhere else. She could have left us, but she hasn't. As you could see there, I was just choosing a roommate again, because if I notice any of them have left, I'll just bring them back. I don't know what else to do about that, because it's just one of those things where you try and make sure all the needs are met, but they just keep saying that they're not met, and then they leave. So I just use the mod to just cheat them back to the lot, and it's just basically choose roommate, and you can force them to be a roommate, and that works. But obviously it's not a solution, it's just a workaround really, and it's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So she's just come down to Willow Creek to have a look for some more gems, but she's not having the best of luck. There's not actually even that many about, which normally around here, this can be a really good spot for finding gems or treasure, or the what they call the little boxes that have got the characters in, some of those. But there's just not been that much so far for Opal. She's been a bit unlucky with her treasure hunting escapades. She's coming back with pretty much nothing when she goes out. She has got a couple of gems in her inventory, so hopefully that will make her jewellery making make a little bit more profit for her. But we're quite far off her having a house at the moment. It depends if the bills come in. If the bills come in, I think they're around 13,000 simoleons at the moment. So she's got to be able to pay the bills as well, and then she can obviously get started on a house. She's due her period, so that's making her a little bit tense which is understandable. That's just a real life thing, Opal. I really get you there. And she's just making some jewellery after filling up a little bit. Her energy's still a bit low, but she's making the most of it. And can she make another piece of jewellery? And just try and get this profit up as much as possible, Opal, because yeah, you're going to need this money. And then hopefully we can get the bills paid and a start on your house, because you do need somewhere of your own. The community centre's nice, but obviously there's no privacy there, so it'd be nice for her to have her own house. And obviously her style is Victorian storybook, so hers is definitely going to be different to everybody else's. I know they're all different, but yeah, it's nice to try these different styles. And this has been a really good challenge to actually make sure you're kind of going with the Sims ideal style, because yeah, it's part of the challenge. And I think just not sticking to, like, I love modern builds. I love building modern builds in the Sims, but this forces you to build different styles. So it's a really good challenge for just getting out of your comfort zone and trying something different. So if you're a bit stuck in a rut with The Sims, I really recommend having a try with this challenge. And even if you don't want to play with the Sims that are included in the challenge deli setup, you could set up your own Sims and give them their own little cards with, you know, the favourite colour, their style, and the way they're going to make money. So you could do your own version of that and then start your own little town. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what people have come up with to have different money making skills to the ones we've got in this particular challenge. So I was thinking piano would be a good one, because you can be an entertainer, and people give you tips and stuff with the piano, so maybe that would be a good one. I don't even know how profitable it would be, but it could be a good one. What other skills would be good for money making? We've already had painting. Horses, I don't know if you can make a lot of money with horses, possibly. And yeah, I'm not sure how much variety there would be in skill building. Maybe some of the freelance careers as well. I used one obviously with Annie, but that's another way that you could make money, is with the freelance careers and different skills in that. So yeah, I suppose there's a few different options for money making in The Sims. So she's back in her pants and a vest. Seems to be her happy outfit for this weather. Another thing is, I did keep cheating it back to summer as well, because the plants look awful in autumn and winter. So I wanted the town to look pretty for the last couple of characters, so I kept putting it back to summer. And it's not even about the weather, it's just the plants just look so dull, because there's no flowers, no colour, and it just, yeah, Tiny Town looks better as a summer place. So I just wanted it to be a bit more vibrant, which is why I kept making it summer. So she's filling her needs a bit. She's a little bit, her needs are a bit low. So if we can get those up a bit, and then hopefully get her money up. Money's low at the minute. Well, she's got about 3,000 simoleons, I think. So yeah, get a little bit more, and then hopefully we can get a start on Opal's house, because yeah, she needs somewhere to call her own. Annie's there, she's having a little jig to the music, and Opal's just gonna have she's set up ready for a tabletop sale, but she's also just creating another piece of jewellery, so maybe she needs to get a couple more pieces to add to her sale, and then hopefully make that little bit more money. She's got quite a bit to sell there actually. So hopefully this will be a good profit for her. I think Bess was trying to scam Opal. That's all she ever rings for, is a little scam. So can she sell all this? No, second yard sale. Yeah, we need you to buy these things, please. And Opal's charisma's increasing, so hopefully she can convince people a little bit easier to buy. And she's put a lot of effort into this jewellery, so come on people, let's not be harsh. She's going to see if she can get some more ingredients like anything really that she can make things with. But again, we're not having much luck. And around here, it's normally so good round here. There's loads of rocks to dig, and we're just not having the best luck with it. It's a bit dark, and that is very spinny. That's giving me motion sickness. No, stop. So she's found a few things here. I don't know what gems, but some limestone. So she's got some fossils, which is, I mean, she'll get some money out of those anyway, even if it's not gems that she can use for her skill. At least it's a little bit more profit for her. And there's a couple here as well. So yeah, it was a bit better than our last trek out to get a few items, but still not brilliant. Opal's not had the look on her side yet, so hopefully that will improve. But can we get a few pieces of jewellery on the grid, get them charged up? So the grid only works on the night time. I think it works between 7 and 7. And when you put items on the grid, they will charge during the night, and then when you get them in the morning, they'll be fully charged. And you can sell them or you can wear them, and they've got different effects when you're wearing charged jewellery. So it depends if you need the effects of the charge, or you just want to sell them to get a good profit. Opal's really tense now. She doesn't like mess as well, and obviously at the minute the roommates are not being very helpful with tidying up. They're not helping tidy up very much. So Opal's trying to get enough money just to pay the bills, because we really need to get those bills paid. We need electricity, and we need to be able to keep our needs up. So we just did a bit of gardening just to pay the bills, which is a little bit of a cheat, but I was on a bit of a time limit for this one as well, because obviously being at work full time and having to get this video, wanting to get this video out in a week, and I am slightly late, I understand, because I wanted to get it out for Sunday, but I just didn't have the time. I had to film some of the video on the Saturday, and then I just ran out of time by the Sunday to get it. I was editing some of it on Sunday, and then I didn't have enough time to obviously put it all together to get it uploaded. So it's Monday now, and I'm a day late, which is a little bit frustrating, but obviously work and family, the video did have to just slightly take a back seat there, unfortunately. But I would have really liked to have got it uploaded yesterday. And it just depends, like if the videos are a bit shorter, I can get them out a little bit quicker, but Tiny Town it does take quite a while to film it and then get it chopped up, because some of the duplicate events like skill building and obviously grinding out the skills to get your money, some of that needs cutting out because it ends up really too long. So it's a bit of a balance. Like you want to get a good video together, but also try and not leave it too long before you actually get it online. So I've had a bit of a dilemma with that this week. But I'm glad it's come together, and it kind of finishes off this series quite nicely. I think Opal's journey has been quite a nice one. I'm glad we didn't finish on Ziggy, because Ziggy was really, really hard work. Even though I like the character, I really like Ziggy as a character, but as like a rags to riches journey, his was really difficult. So I'm glad we didn't finish on Ziggy. Opal's a lot nicer of a journey, and her skill, although it takes a while to build it up, because obviously she gets a lot more profit with the higher skill. It does end up being quite profitable as she gets a bit further along. As yours was probably the best like skill to make money off, because the paintings sell really well. Even when you're a low skill, they still sell really well. So I think Opal's is probably a close second though. Her skill does make a decent amount of money. I also accidentally put a gem in the ground, which I didn't realise I'd done, and then that grows a crystal tree. And when you grow the crystal tree, you can harvest crystals. So this is the perfect way to get crystals for this challenge. So what we did is I was trying to wait for the crystal tree to grow, but it takes a long time. I don't even know how long. So I used the cheat to make the crystal tree grow. Like, I was talking to the plant, I was researching the plant just to try and get it to grow. But within the time frame that I wanted to get this filmed, it just wasn't going to happen. So I just cheated the tree to be bigger, so that we could start harvesting crystals. And then that made Crystal's journey a little bit easier, I've got to say. But if you had a bit more time for this challenge, yeah, I would wait for the tree to grow, and then obviously you're going to be guaranteed to get crystals. But yeah, it would definitely be worth waiting, as long as you're not on a time limit of when you want to finish your challenge, basically. So if I'd have had a bit more time, I would have definitely waited, but I've had to compromise with the last character, just to multiple reasons, like the glitches, time scales, and life getting in the way. So yeah, it's been a compromise, this one, definitely. But yeah, Opal's doing really well. She's crafting some decent quality jewellery now, so it's not all poor quality. She's getting some normal and some good and excellent quality now, so I'm happy with that. And obviously the excellent jewellery seems to sell for more money, so that always helps with her being able to make a start on her journey in Tiny Town. So we're just altering Crystal's lot now, tidying up the edges with the fences, and this is the start of Crystal's home. So she's got the Victorian, what was it, Victorian, my mind's gone blank, Victorian storybook house. So I don't know how you would imagine that, but I had a look at some Google images to have a look at what type of house this could mean for Crystal. And we've gone for these peaked roofs, which was quite a common style on the Victorian storybook houses that I searched, and I thought that was quite a nice look and a little bit different to all the other houses as well. We haven't got like a peaked house like this one, so yeah, I thought this made it stand out a little bit. And then we've got the fancier edging on the roof as well, and I think that gives it a bit of a different look as well. I think I do end up changing the purple on the exterior, because I just thought it didn't match the brickwork very well, and I thought the brickwork was really nice for this one, so I thought it was better to keep the brickwork than the purple. I can't remember what I changed it for though. Yeah, I thought the purple looks a little bit garish on the outside. It's probably better as an interior colour rather than some masonry paint. I just don't think it matches the brickwork very well. But yeah, we could do with some more purple paints in the game actually, because this one just wasn't right for. Yeah, it just didn't fit this build very well. Or that's my opinion anyway. So I'm just trying to get the layout right. So what we've got is she's got a bedroom at the front. There's a bathroom just as you walk in, opposite the front door, there's a bathroom. She's got a skill building room behind her bedroom, and then there's a living room kitchen at the other side of the house. So it's compact. It is a compact house, but there is enough for Crystal in here. The kitchen's very small in this house. Little galley kitchen. And the living room's not a bad size actually. This is our favourite roommate Cyprus, and he has decided to come out with no top on while he needs a wee, because this is The Sims, so why would you not go to your own toilet in your house when you can walk through the community lot looking like you really need to pee badly, but you didn't go in your house before you left it. You just decided to take a stroll. And he took a stroll to talk to Annie while he needed a wee. Make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense, does it? Oh dear. So Annie has gone on another travel just to see if she can find anything, gemstones, but anything she can sell, anything to help her in a journey. She found a couple of things, but again, she's definitely not a treasure hunter. It doesn't seem to come naturally to her. Ziggy, if somebody's in the bathroom, you do not come to talk to them. They've gone in there for a reason, and you doing your press-ups in there. If you'd have done your press-ups upstairs or in the garden, fair enough to show off, but not in the bathroom. That's where people go to get clean and do the business. But they don't need you to come and do press-ups while they're doing it. Thank you very much. Opal's getting to know Beatrice. Beatrice does seem to kind of get on with people over food, which is good. So they've got that in common, a little bit of a foodie thing. And yeah, that little table is actually quite a good communal meeting point, because they do seem to sit there and have like breakfast or dinner over the table, so that's quite nice. So it does bring the community together. So maybe we need a few more spaces like that, where the community can just sit together and cook together and eat together. Yeah, I think that would be nice. I was thinking actually, if we do another save and another playthrough, I think it would be better for each house not to have its own kitchen and just have a communal kitchen, because one of the routing problems where they're trying to use like a fridge in one house and then go to a cooker in a different house, but also it would be really good because then it would force the Sims to all be together for their eating thing. So that would help with the social needs too. So I'm thinking if we do another one, not to have kitchens in individual houses, but just in their community space. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that, but I think it would solve some of the issues that I've had in this save, maybe. I don't know, just a thought. I did actually end up removing some of the cookers in with the Ziggy's playthrough, because there was just too many routing problems. So we have got less cookers now. But yeah, I think that would actually solve a lot of problems, is having less kitchens. You could always put a kitchen in without the appliances, so you could have just worktops, but not have the cooker and fridge and sink. Save you a bit of money as well. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Obviously, yeah, you're compromising because your house is going to cost less. So I suppose you're getting rid of a bit of the challenge, but I don't know. Yeah, it's always compromise with The Sims, isn't it? So what's going to work and what's not going to work. So I don't know. Unless somebody's played this with for rent and got it to work with all the different houses. If you have done that, just let me know, because it would be nice to know if that pack works properly now. That would be a better way to play this challenge, to have them all their individual lots. So if anybody's got it working properly, then let me know, and I would like to play it that way. But I don't know if it works well enough yet to play this challenge that way. I know Deli tried it and she switched to roommates instead. So yeah, I'm not sure if that would work or not. Opal's just having another yard sale, making a little bit more money. She's crafting better cutting better gems now. So she's able to craft the skull, which makes her a bit more money as well. The better quality cut and style that she does, obviously the better profit she gets off it. But she could do with some more rare gems, because a lot of the gems are just standard or basic gems at the minute that she's cutting. So she could do with some of the more uncommon or rare gems, and then hopefully she'll get some more money that way as well, because the rarer they are, the more profit they make. So yeah, that is another thing that she could do. Oh, she's embarrassed, poor Opal. she's getting. I don't think she peed herself though. Why is she embarrassed? I don't know. She gets embarrassed really easy. For somebody who's very social as well, she gets embarrassed really easily. So maybe it's a little bit of an Opal quirk. Also, I don't know what happens to the residents of Tiny Town, but they move in and then almost instantly put on weight here. Is there a lot trait that makes the Sims more likely to gain weight? I don't know. Maybe it's just a life thing. Like, as you get older, it's easier to put weight on. I know that. But I don't know. Just here, like, Frank's stem started off with a bit of a belly, but it definitely got bigger in Tiny Town. And same with Cypress, started off quite lean, and then, but to be fair, Cypress has got the glutton trait, but I don't think all of them do. So I don't know if maybe they're just really well. Beatrice is feeding them, so it could be Beatrice's food. I don't know why. It seems to be a bit of an unhealthy town, or a very, very well-fed town. So it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, Opal's. I've noticed a bit of a difference in Opal's appearance. So she just needs to maybe do some exercise to balance her eating. But the other thing is, she's basically eating cereal and granola, so I don't know how that could be affecting her, because she's barely eating anyway. So maybe that's not very realistic in The Sims, because her food intake is pretty small. Poor Opal. And yeah, another time when she's having to have a cold bath because there's no hot water. Yeah, it's a real slog in Tiny Town. It's not always roses here, but they do have fun together, and she's got Frank to talk to. So I'm glad that she's got some friends to make the hard times a little bit easier. And she's got a crystal tree now, which I know we cheated, but she's got it, and it means she can get crystals now. Crystals on demand, or nearly on demand. You have to wait for them overnight, and then you can harvest them. And it's a good way for her to not only increase the skill, but start making some profit off these jewellery items. Because if you're getting your gems without having to buy them, that means a bigger profit. So, needs must. So she's had a salad there. See, she makes healthy choices. Does our Opal? She makes healthy choices. And she's trying to take care of herself. And she works hard. This girl works and works. All of them in Tiny Town do, actually. None of them have been lazy. They've all worked really hard. Starting from the top with Cypress, he works at that handy skill over and over, churning out items to make a start to Tiny Town. And all of the residents have. So none of them are lazy. And none of them should have that lazy trait because they've all put a lot into Tiny Town. So I think I don't think any of them should have the lazy trait. I don't know if any of them do have it. And it's something I should have checked really, but they definitely shouldn't have it because none of them are lazy. So another little table sale, and I don't know, she had one fully charged item. I don't know why they all wasn't fully charged on that table. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's strange because I put, if the gems are on the charging grid overnight, are they not all fully charged? Or are only some of them fully charged? I don't know the answer. But yeah, you can tell when they're fully charged because they've got like a steam thing around them, like a haze. But I don't actually know if they should have all been fully charged, but I don't know why they wasn't. So Crystal's tree is looking very healthy, and she's managing to sell a couple of items each day, which is helping with the money side of I want to keep calling her Crystal. She's called Opal, but I want to keep calling her Crystal for some reason. The money side of Opal's challenge is going okay. She's managing to make a steady profit now, especially now her skills up. She's having a little dance and a catch up with Annie and Beatrice as well. So she is really making an effort with the other residents of Tiny Town. And she really likes having a catch up in this little area at the back of the community centre. Seems to be a little hangout for Opal. So it's quite nice to be able to see her make friends and be fully immersed in the Tiny Town experience. And even the visitors, when they've come to buy stuff from the yard sale, they'll tend to stay around and hang around Tiny Town for the rest of the day when they've popped over as well. So that's kind of nice as well. Adding a few more items to Opal's house. So we've got about 4,000 simoleons to use. So hopefully we can get a few things for her. I know it probably won't be fully furnished, but it would be nice for her, at least for her style to start coming together. And with 4,000 simoleons, I think we can make a decent start on. At least you'll know what kind of house this is going to be. Hopefully, anyway. Can't guarantee it, but obviously we can only do a little bit at a time. And I know Opal's favourite colour is purple before you start shouting at the screen because there's not much purple in there. But I will always accessorise with their favourite colour if it's not the main colour of the walls, for instance. You'll definitely see hints of her favourite colour throughout the house. And that's the way I have chosen to do the challenge. Like, I've not made every item purple or all the walls purple or anything like that. It's just, there's definitely going to be hints of the favourite colour throughout the rooms, where I can get it. And hopefully, I mean, even if your favourite colour is pink, you're not going to have every room in your house pink. You're just going to use pink where you can. That's the way I see it. I mean, I have seen a house that's completely pink. In the UK, there was a Barbie house where the lady had painted the front of her house pink and all of the rooms pink. But when it came to be sold, it did have to be painted a bit more of a subtle colour because it just wasn't selling. Because, like, you know, if you've got to paint every room in the house you've just bought, it's a lot of money. So, yeah. Yeah, I've not gone every room is purple. I've not gone that route. But there's definitely hints of her favourite colour throughout all of her items, and including her outfits and hair. Her hair's like a purpley pink colour, but I think it really suits Opal's character. So I don't mind that hair colour on her. I think it's a nice subtle colour. It's like not too bright, but it's individual because not many people have this hair colour. So she's just getting her needs met so that she can craft some more jewellery. And then, yeah, how much simoleons has she got at the moment? About 4,000 again. So yeah, she does need to make a little bit more money because obviously it'll be bills time again, and we need to be able to get these paid because when bills are hanging over your head, you can't really do any more to your house because you've got to get your bills paid. So the idea is to make enough profit to get the bills paid straight away, and then she can concentrate on saving for any upgrades that she wants to a house and new decorations or anything like that. So my aim with Opal is getting her to make enough money to be able to get her bills paid straight away. But at the minute, she's not quite there. She's making a profit, but it's not really quick enough for her to be able to pay her bills when they're first delivered. So there's like a bit of a delay. Her bills will come in and she might not be able to pay them for a few days. And that's not ideal because then you're not waiting long for more bills to come in. So really, we want to be paying them on the day we get the bills. But we've just not been in that position. And I don't think we was ever in that position with Ziggy. So, Opal, don't be hard on yourself because you're doing all right. And that's probably more of a me target than an Opal target. So, yeah, she's doing all right. She's got a nice little house. What do you think of Opal's style? It's a bit more eclectic than other houses in the town, I think. I think her hairstyle is definitely a little bit more of a mixture than some of the others. But hopefully it's kind of hit the brief. This is definitely not one of the traditional styles I would build in. So if I've missed the mark a little bit, I apologise. It is not a style that I'm used to furnishing in or building. So I'm not sure if I've completely hit the mark with this one, but hopefully it's not too far off if it's not dead on. Hopefully it's, you know, it's got the essence of what Opal's style is. I hope so anyway, because I did look up different pictures of styles that was her hairstyle in her bio. So yeah, hopefully it's good enough for her. At the minute, we've still got a fully fledged kitchen for Ziggy, but that will change because, yeah, Opal was just using everybody's kitchens and started off in one kitchen and went to another, so that became a bit of a problem as well. So I do end up removing cookers and stuff in the other roommates' houses. But there's still the communal cooker there, so everybody has access to a cooker. It's not like I'm cutting off the residents being able to cook. That is not why people were moving out. They kept saying they had nowhere to sleep, even though there's beds in every house. I honestly don't know why it's so broken, but it is. It really is. So I also put the I don't know what it's called, like an altar thing on Opal's back patio, but I don't know how that thing works. Like, she put incense on it and she put fruit on it, and I didn't know if it'd be like summoning spirits or what. Does anybody know what it does? It actually do anything, or is it just like a little gimmick? And how does it work? Because she did do a few offerings, but nothing happened from those offerings. So maybe you need to be a bit more persistent with it, or is there a certain time of day or a time of year that you need to do it? I'm not really sure how it works. But yeah, if you know, just let me know. It would be interesting to find out if it does actually do something, because I didn't see it do anything in this gameplay, unless it affects like moods and stuff like that, and I didn't notice. That's a possibility. But I actually don't know what it does. I just thought it really fit with Opal's style, which is why I used it. She sold those gems really quickly. We didn't hang around for those ones. So obviously, with her skill going up, she's managing to sell pretty quickly. We've got our nice little segregated kitchen, but it's kind of open plan, but you can shut it off if you need to. And she's got some purple curtains there, which tie in with her colour and the style. So you could close those and just have a really cozy little living room, or you could keep them open like it is now, and you've got like a separate area, but you can still talk to whoever's cooking, and I think that's kind of nice. It's really cute and quirky. Yeah, I really like Opal's house. This is not my kind of style at all, but I think it's really cute, and I think it suits Opal's personality. I didn't realise these lights were like fire lights. They've got like blue fire stuff coming out. But I just went with it. And even when I turned them, when I went into the gameplay and realised what kind of lights they were, I just thought, do you know what? They are actually quirky enough to go with Opal's style. So I kept them in. They did have to be moved down a bit so that they weren't setting fire to the ceiling. But yeah, they stayed. And there's not many builds you can use them lights in, because they're a little bit different. So why not use something in a quirky house that you can't use in other builds? The little candle lights that go on the wall as well, I thought they were perfect for Opal's house. They suit her style really well. All the really unusual lights that you might struggle to put in other builds, they're perfect for this kind of build. So we've got the light in the dish thing that's on Opal's dresser. We've got that one. You can't use, that's difficult to place in a lot of builds actually. And also in her craft room, we've got the moonlight with like the floating star. So that's another good one that you can't always use. So yeah, she's definitely got a quirky little home. And her bathrooms pretty much come together. Maybe just a towel if we haven't got one in there. But otherwise, I think the bathroom's pretty much done. It's only tiny, but it's enough for what Opal needs. And a couple of finishing touches to the front of the house as well. We haven't done the garden yet. The garden needs a little bit of work, but I think the front of the house is looking nice, really quirky and quaint. This is what I mean about the lights. We couldn't have that touching the ceiling. That would have been dangerous. And the back of the house, I think it just needs a bit of a garden, and then that will finish the back of the house. So it's not huge amounts of work to be done, but it's just all the finishing touches that we need to make the house feel finished. Like the bedroom looks a bit sparse. We haven't got any bedside tables or anything like that. So it's all the extras that make it just feel homely. Like we've got the basics of what Opal needs, but we haven't got the things that make it feel like Opal's home yet. And I think that's the difference between a house and a home, when it feels like it's your own. So that's what Opal needs. She needs it to feel like a home rather than just a house. Other than her craft room, which I think is very, very individual. So, but then not many people would have a crystal table in their house. So she's maxed the gem skill. So hopefully this is where she can kind of complete her aspiration as well. That's another thing that Opal needs to do. But now she's maxed her skill. Obviously she's well on her way with her aspiration as well. So she's cutting some more gems, and I think the cutting the gemstones was probably easier to make money on than the jewellery. Correct me if I'm wrong, probably am. But yeah, I think she made more from the cut gemstones than probably the jewellery. And the jewellery took more money going in because you need a metal, a gem, and like the jewellery piece. So that took more money going into it, which is probably why the profit's a bit less on the jewellery. But the cut gemstones, you can make a really good profit on them. You can make good profit on the jewellery as well. I'm not going to say you can't make more money on it, but I think the cut gemstones for me was my favourite way of getting Opal to hit some decent money. So yeah, if you're going to try it, I would have a play with both. But I think when you really need to make some decent money, go for the cut gemstones. She's just come into town to get a few ingredients. I think she come to get some fertiliser actually. But I thought she could use the fertiliser on the crystal tree, and it's not for that. So I probably wasted some money on the fertiliser because it wasn't what I thought what she needed it for. So actually she needed like fish, and you can fertilise the tree with fish. So she's just popped down to the pond that's near where Tiny Town is to get some fish, and then she can fertilise the crystal tree, and that just increases its quality. So that's all that's for basically. As you can see, she's provided some incense to her altar, but I've not seen that do anything, so I'm not sure. Again, I'm just not sure how that works. I think her kitchen looks really cute. That's come together. There's another little storm in Tiny Town. It's pretty well renowned for having storms here. Opal's been pretty lucky, and I don't want to curse her because a lot of the other residents of Tiny Town have been struck by lightning, but Opal's done quite well. She's stayed out of a lot of the storms, and well, I suppose we've got a bit more undercover now. Obviously, when Cyprus moved in, for instance, he didn't have any shelters, so maybe that's why people in the earlier days of Tiny Town got struck by lightning more. And I think Frank got struck the most, to be honest. I think he was dealt a really rough blow of lightning strikes. So poor Frank, it did seem to get him quite a bit. Opal's chess skill is improving. Chess is brilliant actually for her particular skill, because if she plays chess and ponders moves, she can get a focus mood, and once she's in a focus mood, she can make really good quality items that sell for more profit. So if you're also gonna do the cut gemstones, get a chessboard, and then you can make sure before you start cutting your gemstone that your sim is in a focused or very focused mood, and then you're going to get the best quality you can. But make sure their needs are met. Like, obviously, if they're in a focus mood, but then they're really, really tired, it's probably gonna. The effect of the focus mood is probably going to be lessened by the fact that they're so tired. So try and keep their needs met, and then go into a focus mood, and then you're going to get. Yeah, it's all a balancing act, isn't it? Because then you're going to get the most out of their skill, and then hopefully they're going to give you a really good profit. So Cyprus is stuck in a little bit of a loop in Opal's house. So I did have to reset him at some point because he just didn't move. Again, just another bug. Not sure why that's happening. But I noticed with Beatrice doing it quite a bit as well, and I think I had to make sure she got reset a couple of times, because Cyprus would just stand there, get really filthy like this, and still not move anywhere, and I don't really know what you can do about that other than yeah, I don't really know what you can do about that, and until there's some kind of bug fix to stop that happening. But again, he's just stood there. He's absolutely filthy. All he needs is a shower. There's a shower in this house that he could go and use, and he's just not doing it. So it's like their needs. It's like they don't even realise what their needs are, and they want them met, but they won't do anything to make their needs met. So they're just standing around needing a shower or needing a bed, but not going to it even though it's available. And that is a bit of a problem. It's literally a problem, but I don't know what you can do about it. So Opal's, I have noticed the further she's got on with her skill, the faster she is at creating whatever she is creating at that time. So whether it be jewellery, cutting a gemstone, that's got faster because her skill's better. And that makes sense, because that's like with everything, practice makes perfect, and practice, the more you practice something, the better at it you get. So that makes sense as well. She's getting her regulars. They're all coming to buy her latest creations. Yeah, you see the same faces coming to the yard sales, and she's definitely got the favourites who buy it. I think Izzy buys quite a lot. Izzy Fabulous. he does tend to buy quite a lot. Not sure who else. Sometimes I don't even know who bought the items. You just get the notification that they've sold, and then they slowly disappear off the table. So I don't always know who's bought them, but I think usually it's whoever turns away from the table around that time that it makes the notification that it's something sold. So yeah, but yeah, I don't always know who's bought stuff. As you could probably have seen, I went around deleting some of the cookers. Again, it was just for the routing problems and people not going to the right kitchen. So the cookers were just replaced with worktops. So it still looked like a kitchen, but not like a fully functional kitchen anymore. And it just makes sense for whoever you're playing at the time. So again, that could be another way around any future series, is once you've finished a character, just change their kitchen into worktops only. And then at least you've done the full experience with them, and you've had to buy their full kitchen. But then just make it worktops afterwards, and then you're not going to have the same routing problems that I've had in this game. So that's another possibility. I just thought of that one actually. And that would be better than them not having a kitchen, because a kitchen's one of the biggest costs when you're building a house. So it would feel a bit of a cheat not to put a kitchen in. So maybe that's another way around it as well. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, basically. I honestly don't know the answer. Oh, she's got quite a few fully charged items this time. Well done, Opal. You're doing well with this charging grid and your jewellery mix. And I'm making a healthy profit there as well. So, oh, she's reached a milestone. So she's working towards the last bit of her aspiration now. We're just going to alter the roof slightly so that if we put some wood panels on it, yeah, we want it to be able to look a bit more older underneath the ceilings, because this white paint, it looks a bit too modern for Opal's house. So we're just going to make it look a bit more lived in. And I think that suits the house a little bit more. Ziggy's watching Opal sleep, which is a little bit creepy, and she's got one of the dodgy notes on her in her bedroom. So one of the residents of Tiny Town is a little bit unhappy. It's possibly Frank. It's usually Frank when the notes are being left. So I don't know why he's unhappy now though. Unless it's Ziggy. I mean, he's at the scene of the crime, isn't he? But I don't know if it is. I don't think he should be in there while Opal's sleeping, though. That's probably not a good idea, Ziggy. I know you want to be friends with everyone here, but not while they're asleep. They just maybe need a bit of privacy. So I think this wallpaper just finished Opal's room off, and I think it looks perfect like this. Completely suits Opal's character having this. So I'm really happy with the bedroom. I'll do like a living room as well. I think the bedroom's absolutely perfect for her. So I was trying to find some curtains that could go over the bed, that wouldn't interfere with because obviously she's got the like poles that stick up from the bed, and they can clip into some of the curtains, but found one that it didn't happen with, and I think that curtain really suits her room because it's slightly gothic, and I think the gothic storybook Victorian thing all seems to go together. So that's the kind of style that she's got. She's got a bit of a gothic Victorian style going on. I thought this tree looked really pretty with the flowers around it. I didn't realise until later on that they stop your sim harvesting the crystals. So eventually those flowers do get taken away because she couldn't harvest any more crystals with those there. So that was a bit of a shame. But it's all a learning experience. So she's got a little bit of a flower bed in her front garden now. There's a couple more things that we're going to add, but I think the garden's kind of come together. She's got the cauldron in the back. I thought that went with her aesthetics really well as well. Having the cauldron like a spiritual, I think the altar thing, the cauldron, it's all like kind of spiritual. Maybe Crystal is a white witch or something like that. I don't know. But it would suit her style if she was, I think. Fingers crossed. Hopefully Crystal would like this style that I've given her. So she's got the bookshelf, she's got a few little ornaments. It's not cluttered or anything. Her style is definitely not cluttered. It's all stuff that's meaningful to her. So maybe she's got like a crystal books in her hobby room, and then she's got, I don't know, books about witchcraft or altars or anything spiritual in a living room, because she's got a book collection in her living room. She's not very into electronics. She hasn't really got electronics. She doesn't have a TV. She likes a cozy fire. She's very much not a new age technology person. She's more into like your physical activity or being outside or doing something that is like meaningful to her. I think that's Opal's personality overall, or what I've witnessed anyway, since she has joined Tiny Town. She's not somebody who's going to go on the computers for a long time. So nothing like myself, who loves technology and computers, even though I have to use them for work, and I'm still on them when I'm not at work. So maybe I'm too computer addicted. But Opal's the complete opposite of that. So she's doing a little bit more of her gem cutting. I don't know what gem she's creating this time. Has she unlocked the final one? She should have done, because she's unlocked the final skill, hasn't she? Yeah, she has, because it's on the grid. So the final gem cutting style that you can unlock is a gnome. So the gnomes sell for the best money. So when she cuts that with a good quality crystal, she's going to make the best profit that she can. But yeah, the gnome sells for the most money. And it's a pretty good one to do, to be honest. So it just depends. Obviously, that one will take a little bit longer to craft as well, but you're going to get a good profit off it. So she's got a few things on the crystal grid that are not charged yet. So we need to get them charged so she can get those sold. Another part of her aspiration as well is to use a jet crystal that's been cut to summon the Grim Reaper. So that's part of her aspiration as well. And you just do, once you've cut the crystal and charged it on the grid, it's got to be a charged crystal as well. Once you've done that, you just need to place it on a surface, and then when it's charged, it will give you, if you click on the crystal, it will give you the option to summon Grim. So if you've not done it before, that's how you get that bit of the aspiration done. Because I actually had to look up how to do it. I didn't know how that part of the challenge worked, and I was like, how do you summon Grim? But yeah, it is. It's got to be a jet crystal. You've got to charge it, and then once you've placed it down somewhere on your lot, it will give you the option then. And I've got to forewarn you, when I do it, Grim didn't appear, but it passed the challenge, and I clicked summon Grim, but he didn't appear in Tiny Town. So it worked, but it didn't actually bring him to the lot. So I'm not sure if that's another glitch or if he's not supposed to appear. I pretty much assume he is supposed to appear, but he didn't. But it said it works anyway. So I just went with the fact that we'd passed that part of the aspiration. But yeah, I don't know what happened with that one. This is when I realised that the flowers were in the way of her harvesting more gemstones. We're going to cut the crystal for Grim. Oh, she's having some food. We're getting more residents coming to visit us in our house for this time. In some of the other playthroughs with the other characters, they didn't actually come to visit the character in their house very much. So it's quite nice for Opal because a lot of them are coming to see her. But we're also having the issue where they do come and see her and then they get stuck in a house and they don't do anything. So yeah, it's nice that they come and see her, but it's also would be nice if they didn't get stuck in a house. So there's lots going on for Opal. So we're just going to try and use our reward points. I don't know what she got there. I don't know if it's antiseptic, possibly. Oh, she got the Insta-Lean potion. That was what she got. And she's been jogging and stuff, actually. To be fair to her, she's been exercising quite a bit. So it's obviously paid off, all that exercise. And salad. She's been on the salad. She's sold a few. Is our skull charged yet? I don't know if it's charged. Everybody's coming to Opal's fridge. She's focused, so it's a good time to get some crystal cutting in. Beatrice is still in her house. I don't know who else. I'm sure somebody else was there. I don't know who else that was. Ziggy's in. Azure's in. Yeah, she's getting everybody coming to her house. It's a popular little house. Also, I don't know when it happened. Cypress kept moving out. And when he moved out, Cypress died. So we've lost 2 members of Tiny Town, which is really gutting, actually, because I wanted to finish with all of them. And I don't even know what happened to Cypress because it didn't happen in Tiny Town. It happened when he kept leaving us. So Annie's death was really traumatic because it happened right in front of us and she was electrocuted. Cypress is pretty sad because we just don't know what happened to him. But he kept disappearing and then all of a sudden he rung us as a ghost. So yeah, we lost Cyprus too. I'm really gutted. I don't know what to say because I literally don't know what happened to him. But I am gutted. I thought we was going to get through with only having lost one, and I was sad about that. But to have come to the end with two of them that have died, and yeah, I'm really gutted. But hopefully we can have a better record next time and maybe finish with 100% of the residents that we started with. But yeah, it's just one of those sad things where a sim will do their own thing, but we just didn't find out why or what happened. So poor Cyprus, poor Annie, they will now be ghost friends together, visiting Tiny Town, hopefully still contributing and being friends with all of the residents who do live there. And that's my hope for Tiny Town going forward. So we're kind of coming to nearer the end of the video. So I just want to say, if you have enjoyed this series, I know we've had a few more subscribers, so thank you very much for clicking the subscribe button. I do really appreciate it. If you haven't and you want to see any future videos, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any future videos. And please give the video a like because it really does help. It just gets it shown to a few more people. And then hopefully some more people will enjoy Tiny Town. If you do want another series of Tiny Town with different characters and you would like to submit one to like be part of the next series, if you either put a comment below and then upload it to the gallery and put the hashtag #SimmerHales, and I will look for some. It's gonna have to be not this weekend, but the weekend after that I have a look, because I'm away this weekend, so I will not be able to have a look this weekend. But yeah, if people want to do that, I will have a look to see what sims are uploaded to the gallery. And yeah, we'll take it from there, because if there's a few, and because I would need like 5, I think, to make a new Tiny Town. And I could create a character, but it would be nice to have other people's characters involved. So we'll see what interest there is, and if anybody does submit some sims, that would be really nice. And then yeah, maybe we'll have a whole new version of Tiny Town with some little changes that will hopefully make it run a bit smoother. But yeah, it's been a really nice challenge. I really enjoyed the different aspects of it: gameplay, building, money, rags to riches type style gaming. So I've definitely really enjoyed this, and it's been a lot more of a challenge than I thought it would be. So thank you for joining me for the challenge and coming along on the ride with me. It's been a long challenge. So yeah, we're pretty much at the end of Opal's journey. She has made her money, hit her aspiration, and her house is looking pretty amazing. So I think she's definitely fully immersed in the Tiny Town world. And yeah, I haven't really got a lot to add. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I really enjoyed getting to know these characters. I'll leave you with some screenshots of Tiny Town from the series. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next video. I think I'm going to do a speed build, actually, just to freshen it up after this gameplay series. And then yeah, we'll see what interest there is in getting some characters together to have a new run through. And like I say, we will limit that one to 5 characters to hopefully solve some of the buggy issues that we have had in this one. But it's definitely been a really enjoyable challenge. I've really enjoyed getting to know these characters and having some fun along the way, and also some some unexpected twists and turns that came with the Sims doing their Sim thing. So yeah, thanks for joining me for this journey, and hopefully I'll see you in some future videos. I hope you all have a really amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.